Passions ran high both inside and outside Parliament today as the war dominated the political agenda. Despite Trump's announcement of a ceasefire, the opposition is calling on the government to condemn America's attack on Iran's nuclear facility, which Labour leader Chris Hipkins has described as contrary to international law. Political correspondent Zane Small has the latest.
No war on Iran. The message from demonstrators outside Parliament this morning.
On the day that we heard that Iran had been bombed by the US, we were completely horrified.
Protesting the United States' surprise attack on Iranian nuclear facilities 2 days ago.
Trump is behaving like a bully.
What is happening is against international law.
The opposition agrees.
The United States strikes on Iran are contrary to international law. They haven't made the case that they were under imminent threat. I think it's a principled position that New Zealand could take and should take.
The United Nations Secretary-General has called out America's attack.
The bombing of Iranian nuclear facilities by the United States marks a perilous turn in a region that is already reeling.
And the Greens want the government to do the same.
When the United Nations Secretary-General was quick off the mark to condemn the dangerous escalation, to condemn the actions of the US, then we would expect that from our government.
Well, first of all, we acknowledge the United States have said that they've responded legally. This is collective defence in their view. We acknowledge that. We don't take a view on it.
The opposition inspired by former Prime Minister Helen Clark, who in 2003 criticised the US invasion of Iraq and refused to send New Zealand combat troops.
We were told then New Zealand should stay silent. We were told then that it was in our economic interests to look the other way. We didn't, because we knew that legality matters.
Unlike some, we wait till we get the evidence.
Will the Minister condemn Israel and the United States' illegal strikes on Iran?
But I have to say, when it comes to the proxies for Iran that have committed so much terrorism and the loss of thousands of lives, Hamas, Hezbollah, the Houthis, with respect to Iran, when it comes to that, the Greens have been not a syllable, not a sound, not a mutter, not a murmur. No condemnation whatsoever.
Have you had any advice on whether the US attack was legal?
Well, we've had a lot of advice over the last 48 hours. It's commented on a variety of angles, but I mean, in terms of are we getting a legal opinion on it, no, not at this point.
So no closer to a consensus on whether the US committed illegal aggression against Iran.
Well, OK, Zane, the government is treading carefully on this issue.
Yes, very much so. The Foreign Minister in his speech to Parliament today said the situation in the Middle East is not black or white, and he suggested that the opposition should, quote, pause to reflect on whether they are seeking to understand what is going on or simply virtue signalling. It's worth noting, though, that the Australian government has taken a clear position on the US strikes. The Prime Minister, Anthony Albanese, said he's in favour of action to prevent Iran getting a nuclear weapon. I reached out to the US Embassy here in Wellington today to see if the Americans had anything to say about the opposition accusing them of breaching international law. I was told the embassy has no response at this time.
Zane's more there live from Parliament. Thanks so much, Zane.